Hi, my name is Fiona Bolton. Thank you so much for watching. I wanted to reach out and share a couple of gems with you. I was speaking to a number of clients today, and one particular client stood out. And I thought, everyone in my group would actually really benefit from this. So I'm hoping that you are one of those people. And, I don't know whether you know much about me. I've been in the industry since 2007, and I am a fertility activator and a fertility healer. So I've helped thousands and thousands and thousands of women all over the world to heal their body and to become fertile. And I want to talk to you about what happens when we're given information, which can be quite shocking, and how we digest that information, how we take it on board, and how we can be proactive with it, or whether we stick our head in the sand, or whether we fully believe it. Because no matter what diagnosis you've been given, most of the time, and I say this because, for example, if the doctors say we need to remove your fallopian tubes, then and they do remove your fallopian tubes, and there's no way that you can possibly have a natural pregnancy. So without these extreme circumstances, I'm talking about your body just innately being able to heal, because I see it all the time. And lots of my clients' doctors end up saying, how does this even happen? How is this possible? For example, how does their AMH levels increase? It happens with every one of my clients. How does their lining increase or improve? Sometimes it's too thick and it needs to thin down, but mostly it's the other way around. So all of these things come into play, and it's about putting your cells in the environment in which they will thrive. And there's all these different factors which attribute to whether your cells are thriving or not. And we all know that stress is an issue, a lack of antioxidants is an issue, a lack of nutrients is an issue. So poor sleep hygiene, not getting enough replenishment of the cells, therefore getting the right supplementation. There's all these things that come into play. And overall, what a lot of people do seem to forget is the power of the mind. And what your cells feel is what you're feeling too. So you don't just suffer alone. You're not suffering in your head. If you're a person that overthinks, for example, it's not just going to be affecting your mind. It's affecting you on a cellular level, because your cells react and respond to how you're thinking and how you're feeling. They respond to all things that are creating the environment for them. And your cells are hardwired to survive. You, as a human being, are hardwired to procreate. So this is your natural state. So if you're not in your natural state, how can we make some little tiny lifestyle tweaks and shift you back into that natural state? And that's what I'm here to help. And yes, I do help about 60% of my clients fall pregnant naturally, but 40% either do IUI or IVF. And so I don't know which category you fit into, but there's something that can help you. Because the thing is, this particular client I'm talking about, she was even told by other doctors, IVF didn't work before, and it's not going to work until we get your body in a more optimal state. Hey, Michelle, thanks so much for joining me. So nice to see you, even though it's online. Reach out if you've got any questions, or any friends or family members that you think are struggling and might have a question about their fertility. Please, please, please just ping a little question and I can answer it as I go. So really, that's where I'm coming from. And with my client, the one that I wanted to share some information with you about, she was told some scary information that her body may not be able to hold her pregnancy because her body's not in a stable enough state. Now, she's had a couple of, oh, thanks for the love, Michelle. She's had a couple of health issues which are not necessarily fertility related, but it impacts on her fertility. So she's had to address that, and that's something that we've been working with. And she's noticed a huge improvement in her overall health and her energy and her stamina and her sleep, and her fiance's noticed, her family have noticed, she's noticed. So all these things are great. And then it comes down to you actually assimilating what people tell you. So when she was told, oh, you may not be able to hold your pregnancy, I don't think you're ready to have your baby just yet, And this is not something you want to be telling a woman who has a very small fertility window in her 40s. So we want to extend the fertility window as much as we can, but still keep you in a state where you're able to give birth to a happy, healthy baby, 100% healthy baby. And so that comes down to regenerating your egg health and making sure that your body can hold the pregnancy. So just looking at the difference here between IVF and natural, IVF can help you create the embryo. They can help the sperm to connect to the egg. But then after that, after embryo transfer, when they put the embryo into the body, it's all down to you. Your womb has to open up. Your womb has to be juicy and elastic and soften to allow the embryo to enter. And then for the lining, your uterus lining, your womb lining, to act like a blanket to help nurture that embryo so that your baby grows and grows and grows and holds full term. And there are all these different situations at play. And one of the biggest things that people do often forget is that baby has free will too. Meaning, if you're struggling with a lot of stress, or you're worried, suffering with anxiety or fears around birth, or your capabilities of being a mum, having enough energy as a mum, or even holding your pregnancy through to full term, you might have some fears or trauma around that. And if that's the case, then baby's going to sense that. And that's a very dense emotion. It's a very stressful emotion. And for some babies, that's enough for them to want to pull back and go, you know what, mum, I'm going to come back when you're in a calmer state. So that's where I come into play. And I've helped a lot of women overcome fears and trauma and help them to hold their pregnancy through to full term. One of my clients, she'd suffered more than 5 miscarriages before she reached out to me. And then within less than 3 months, she was able to have her happy, healthy son. And then she just recently emailed to say, oh my goodness, I'm now pregnant again. And she's going to be giving birth very soon this summer to her third child. And when she first met me, she thought she'd never even be able to have one. She was struggling to have one. And doctors were saying the chances were very slim. So look, there's a lot of miracle situations, and it's about working with spirit, it's about working with you, about working with your body, and coming back to the theme of working with your mind. Because if you believe that it's going to be difficult for you to get pregnant, or if you believe that your body's not strong enough because someone has told you, someone in authority has told you that your body's not going to be able to hold your pregnancy through to full term, that they're worried, your body's not ready, these subtle thoughts can become like hooks and just tear open your energy field, because you're giving the energy away. Okay, and what happens is you then allow these cordings to latch onto you, and you're giving your energy away. And basically, fertility requires so much energy from the food that you eat. That's why you need to be on a fertility diet that works for you. I'm not saying that you can go and Google fertility diet and the first diet you come across is the one that's going to work for you. Not necessarily at all. And I've had a lot of clients come to me who have been given a fertility diet and they're absolutely miserable on the diet. I look at what's happening in the environment that you're in. Are you creating too much heat? Are you creating too much damp and cold? Do you have too much yin, too much yang energy? All of this stuff comes into play, and that's also played out in the diet that's right for you, which is why I've got a fertility recipe book with over 185 pages of fast food, very nutritious, but it's going to help you to get your 30 points of nutrients every day, which is what you need for fertility, and help you to get the energy that you need for fertility. Fertility requires incredible amounts of energy. And if you're leaking your energy through worry, anxiety, or new things that people are scaring you with, facts, figures, etc., then you're leaking the energy. Or say you've got issues in your relationship or friendships with someone and you feel your energy draining in their presence, then that's exactly what's happening. You're leaking energy. We've got to help you to build your energy and minimize the leaking of energy. So you can do this through the online Fertile Lifestyle course that I have. You may have heard of it by now. There's lots of energy cultivating movements that are easy for whether you're an exercise buff or you're not into exercise at all. I promise you'll love these movements. And it's not just the movements that matter, it's the meditations and the mindset training too. It's the diet that works for your personality type. It's a few sleep hygiene techniques as well. And all of these things, when you do them together, They all add up. So, going back to managing your mind, how do you get yourself away from thinking, oh my goodness, what if my body isn't strong enough? I've just been told my body's not strong enough to hold a pregnancy. Maybe I'm not ready to get pregnant yet. Maybe I should hold off on trying for now. Maybe I should get my body stronger. Or you might be worried, I don't have time. I still need to charge ahead. I'm sure my body will be better. I'm hoping it will be better. And you're kind of pushing, pushing, pushing. Now, that is the energy I don't want you to go with. Do you know why? Fertility is about surrender. That's why 99% of my clients are high achievers. They're used to achieving whatever they put their mind to. Very, very, very successful women. And if you're watching this, I'm sure that you are too. A woman who likes to be independent, a woman who likes to be in control, a woman who likes to achieve things. And that's the attitude that can get you a lot of success, but it's not the attitude to apply when it comes to fertility. We need to shift your mindset into a state of knowing, a calmness around the fact that, hey, I know I'm fertile and I know my body can become more fertile. And maybe I just need to do a few little tweaks to help it along the way. And with those little tweaks that I know have worked for thousands and thousands and thousands of other people, because there's lots and lots of proof that other people have followed these techniques and it works for them, when you apply that, you'll see that it works for you too, because you have a belief. It comes down to your beliefs. If you're told things and you then bring on a new belief that, oh, maybe I've missed my window, or maybe I've got no option but to do surrogacy, or got no option but to freeze my eggs, or got no option but to do IVF, but you're not feeling congruent with this and you're stressing about this. Hey, Anna, nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. Then you're not going to get the outcome that you want. So it's about you feeling confident with the choices that you're making and listening to what beliefs are in your head, because whatever you believe, you create. Even if you don't want it, you'll create your biggest fears. It's so important that you stop and you reflect and you think, is that belief from a fear-based belief or a love-based belief? Is it limiting me? Is this belief limiting me? If it is, we've got to dissolve it. And that's something I help all my clients with. It's called mind mastery. And it's a powerful technique that I was trained in back in 2004, 4 to 5, when I first came to London. And it's about the meditative form of martial arts, where you can control the mind and therefore control the outcome of what's happening. So if you could apply these mind mastery techniques and take some time, first of all, to understand, what are your beliefs? What's limiting you? And then we can address it and take it from there. So if you're watching this video and you've got some mind blocks that you have identified with, let me know. Let me know what they are and I can help you shift them. This is something that you might want to work on privately with my online Fertile Lifestyle course, and I'll include the link to that shortly. And for those of you that are aware, today is a really special day. I'm offering additional support for anyone who signs up to the course. So please let me know if you're interested, because sometimes we just need a little bit extra hand holding, and I'm here to offer that for you. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them. And remember, get involved in my newsletter, awakeningfertility.com/newsletter, because there's lots and lots of tips and techniques in there. So just to recap on what I have mentioned so far, take a moment, sit in stillness, take a couple of deep breaths, and focus on, what are your beliefs? And are they limiting you, or are they expanding you? Are they empowering you, or are they not? Are they disempowering you? If they're disempowering you, then that belief doesn't work for you. And you might think, but I want something and I've wanted it so bad, but it hasn't happened. So now I'm giving up hope. Now I'm too scared to have that desire or that hope or that dream. Maybe I should just withdraw from that dream. And that's not what it's about either. You're here to expand and you're here to actualize your dreams. And there seems to be some kind of message in your mind that is destructive. And that's what's helping you to pull back, to withdraw. And that's not the state that you want to be in. It doesn't feel good to be in that state. So let's shift you to feel good. And I've done some seminars on this, on your emotional guidance system. And I recommend, if you want a copy, reach out to me and I can share that with you, because Your emotions will tell you whether you've got beliefs that are working for you or working against you. And if they're working for you, then you're in a state of harmony. You're feeling really happy. You're achieving your goals. But if it's not, if your beliefs are not congruent to that, then you'll show symptoms and signs of real tiredness, feeling a bit flat, feeling a bit down, feeling a bit sad, feeling a bit depressed. Hey, Lauren, thanks for joining. And this is not thrive mode. We don't want you in those low vibrational states. It's really, really, really important that you take that time to reflect and listen to your emotions and see where they're guiding you. Are you on track to achieving what you want in your life, or have you come off track? And that's what our emotions are there for. We are incredibly intelligent beings, and sometimes we just need to be told or shown how to read the messages our mind and our body are trying to tell us. And then when we can decipher those messages and we know what to do with it, we can achieve a really blissful life, and you can achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Because remember, your mind has a map of your body. So if you change the map that your mind has, you will change your physiology, and that is a fact. It does genuinely come down to your beliefs. What are your beliefs? Are they serving you? Are they not? Lauren, I know you joined late. I recommend watching from the beginning. I'm going to finish today's live now. I will be around every single Wednesday. If you've got any questions or comments, please do log in. If you want some fertility support, some private fertility support, get onto my fertility help group within Facebook, and also my YouTube channel, Awakening Fertility, which you can also look up under Fiona Bolton. So on that note, I look forward to helping you as and when you'd like to receive more help. Until then, I will see you here during the week and every Wednesday going live. Lots of love to you all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.